Mod Queen, Mod Boss, hold the line. Alexandra, kick your G, power redefined. Melissa, one love, kindness in the storm. Jay Rizzle strikes, crypto artist born. Duality, see, not of this world. Alien truths in the waves unfurled. Jesus saves, blessings light the path. Heart throws the horns, thunder in the blast. Maybe a band-aid, rhythm breaks the cage. All set, grinding, eat the charts with rage. Kelly the Caliphate stomps through the hate. Together we rise, together we shake. We wave riders, we ride or we fall. Wave riders, united we come through fire, through shadows we'll always remain. Ride on the wave, let it carry our name. In midnight echoes neon in the sky. Future in our veins, we were born to defy. Silent in the build, then the break comes loud. Wave riders forever, we stand unbowed. Legends on the crest never fade away. Crypto tide rising, we seize the day. Deep in the current, we bend but don't break. Together we rise, together we quake. We wave riders, we ride or we fall. Wave riders, united we come through fire, through shadows we'll always remain. Ride on the wave, let it carry our name. We wave riders, wave rider we fall. Wave riders, united we come through fire, through shadows we'll always remain. Ride on the wave, let it carry our name. Wave riders, our names in the tide, forever alive. Wave riders.
Yo, good evening.
Wave riders, we ride, we fall. We ride, we fall. We ride, we rise.
Ha, ha, yeah, ha. Yeah. Bow. What's going on, everybody? How's it going? Oh, let me get the logo up. There we go. How's it going? Welcome to Lunar Beaches Crypto, where we ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. Nothing on this channel is to be taken as financial advice because I am not a financial advisor. I am a financial analyst that is not certified or anything. So I just have experience in this market, in these markets, and that experience grows more and more every single day. But I know I have a pretty good handle on things. Not to talk myself up, but you got to. You got to. I'm not the best that there ever was, but I'm the best that I'll ever be each and every single day. I try anyway. A little bit better each and every single day. But anyways, what's going on, everybody? I haven't seen you since in a couple of days. So, and I started my show or stream a little late tonight. Had a phone call that I was partaking in, so had to come in a little late. What's going on, everybody? Let's just go ahead and run through the chat real quick, and then we'll get over to the charts. All right. What's going on, Retro Mike Tech? Thank you for being here. We've got All Set in the House. Good evening. Duality C, good evening. Harp, good evening. I want to see some more good evenings in the chat. How about that? Let's get some good evenings going. What's going on? Harp, Metal Horns, Alexandra, GGGG, Mod Boss, Mod Queen, Mod God. Thank you for pinning that Discord link in the chat. Please join the Discord. Please join the Discord. We just talk charts and stuff in there. So share memes, good stuff. We've got, who else we've got here? We've got Melissa. LBC OG in the house. What's going on? One Love, how you doing? Offset, my guy, how you doing, my friend? Trade Intuition, bingo and a bango. Hey, 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 there you all are. All right, beautiful, beautiful people. How you doing? How you been? How's your mom and them? Yeah, last night spent a little bit of extra time with my wife. That was nice. But it's time to get back to work. All right, here we go. Bitcoin, it finally did the thing that I said at the beginning of the week that it was going to do. That it was most likely to do. That is, I should say that, because nothing is guaranteed in these markets, and I never guarantee anything. Because once again, this is not financial advice, and I can't and shouldn't, honestly. So, with that said, been talking about this pretty much since Sunday. That was just actually probably longer than Sunday, because I saw these lows hanging here for a while. But pretty much once we had this little dump here, I was like, yeah, I mean, it's probably going for those lows. I think I was even calling it out before before the crash even happened. Long story short, I think I have to be a bearer of bad news. And we talked about this all the way back at the beginning of September. All the way back at the beginning of September, how we had some relatively equal lows here and how this did not look like a strong low. And now that we have come all the way back down here, Bitcoin has to prove itself. Because if it doesn't, well, then it becomes a heck of a lot more likely that we drop even lower. In fact, I don't even think that's the lowest that it could go. I think this little zone here is likely to be where it does end up tapping. But we could get, and the idea is, are we going to get a running flat? I talk about this stuff with you guys all the time. A running flat or a expanded flat. The running flat would come down here and bounce off of this level and then go to the upside. The expanded flat would come down to this level and then reverse and come to the upside. So I believe that's one of the two. That's what we're going to do. If we could just go over here, this is essentially what we kind of did over here. You know, you create the new highs, you create the new high, you come down, you take out all the lows, come down, take out these lows at least. But it even comes all the way down to where this push up first started. It's actually in the middle of a move. So we had already bottomed, get a push up, and in the middle of that push up, you get this little correction that looks like a megaphone. Kind of, in a way, yeah. Megaphone, and then over here, megaphone. I point these levels out pretty often on these megaphones because they do often get tapped, or sometimes we do come up just shy. But you can see price was reaching for there, it just didn't get there. Okay, bulls were just a little bit stronger at that point. Yeah, didn't even come down to this high. So we have a similar zone right here with a fair value gap that still has a little bit that hasn't been tapped. But this is a general demand zone. You get to push up, correction, come back down, almost tap it, but front run it, push up, and then we come up to the highs. We come back down into this range as we have. You bounce out, you fail. It was kind of like a dead cat bounce, and then you come down, you take out the lows, and then you continue higher. I've been concerned that this was going to be the case for a little while now because of just how we lacked a lot of impulsive price action in here. It was mostly corrective type of price action. This really needed to continue to go for this to continue to be bullish, but since it came back down here, it was kind of almost set in stone that it was just going to continue to roll over. And so I think that is what is most likely at this point in time, especially given the economic data that really suggests more stagflation, and kind of takes away quite a bit from the whole idea of more rate cuts because the economy is proven to be resilient, which means people are still in work, even though labor has been softening. People are still in work, and therefore your inflation is going to remain elevated because people can still buy things. And we're kind of running out of that pre tariff stockpile that all these companies decided to, stock up on things prior to tariffs really taking effect so that they could get them at a cheaper price. And that's kind of why we've kind of been just kind of hovering along and been kind of fine, as far as like inflation goes. It hasn't gone, you haven't seen a big spike in inflation because we had that stockpile of goods. The question is, and they still took a little bit of a hit on their margins, but they've generally overall just kind of held prices where they are. The question is that going to remain the case, or will we actually start to see a rise in inflation? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I also know that as far as like the labor market goes, there's I think we've actually had kind of a benefit to the whole immigration thing, as far as the numbers go. And I think that's partially why we might not be seeing a whole lot of inflation, because there's a lot of workers being taken out of the workforce. That's the best way to put it. And so you don't have that increase in demand, and you leave jobs open for other people. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's a really, really weird economy right now. It's kind of, yeah, it's just weird. It's a really weird economy. Bro, how much for the chinchilla mic? I don't know. $5 million? What's going on? Alex Crypto. How you doing, my friend? Thank you for being here. Today's thumbnail was, I told you, LOL, too funny for those that know. No, I gotcha. What's going on? Otter gang. What's going on? Alex Crypto. The Otter Boss himself. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you and the wife and the little one, little baby otter. Not really so much baby more. And I guess technically he's still a baby. Not quite at the toddler level yet. But you're getting there. Just wait, man. Just wait. I don't think you're I mean, no one's ever really ready, but I don't think you're ready. It's a, my son is at the stage, he's 3.5, and I mean, he has just been pretty much an absolute terrorizer. He's a terrorist. That's what he is. He's a little terrorist. And it's testing boundaries stage, so it's a whole lot of no's Hey, I need. Can you do that? No. Excuse me, and like yelling it at the top of his lungs. Like, jeez, calm down. It ain't that serious. I don't wanna. It's like, boy, you better watch it. You better watch it. What's Ethereum doing? None. All right, so Ethereum has come down to the value area low. All right, so it's kind of trying to get a bounce here. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Let's pull in a little bit more on this fixed range volume profile. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, so we've got 36.25 down here on the value area low. We absolutely did not claim the point of control, instead of just continue to fall. It is in a high time frame demand zone. We'll see if it can get a bounce, but I mean, if Bitcoin's going to continue down, then I expect Ethereum to continue down. Let's take a look at the USDT dominance, because I set my alert on this level because I was hoping that we would just sweep it and move down. But that's not what happened. Instead, USDT dominance decided to pump up and clear this entire range that I've had marked off for I don't even know how long. Was it a fair value gap? Yeah, weekly fair value gap. And yeah, it's almost close. I mean, we could be closing a weekly above it too. But you got a daily close above that fair value gap. And this looks very much like a Wyckoff accumulation pattern. Let me see if I can find one real quick. Wyckoff. Wickon. Wyckoff accumulation. Bam. All right. So you have your seller's climax. Okay, you got your seller's climax. That is this right here. You get the automatic rally. I don't know if that would be considered. Yeah, automatic rally. Secondary test. Why is it not named? There's another push up as part of the automatic rally. Then you come down. Secondary test in phase B. Then you got the choppy sideways to the upside. Back up to the highs. Come back down. Kind of a cupping pattern. Come back up. You get the little consolidation range and a push to the upside. So that is a Wyckoff accumulation pattern played out. And that typically means it's going to go more upside, a little more upside at least. And with this going to the upside, what does that mean for Bitcoin and crypto? That means they're going to the downside. So I still think we have more downside downside to go for the crypto market, more leverage to get flushed out. It's still, well, let's go check out the open interest. Hello, David. Hello, Jesus Saves. Thank you for being here. Absolutely amazing. Can't wait. Oh, for the toddler stuff? Yeah. It's great, man. I mean, I love it. And yeah, he's amazing. They're amazing. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll see if it'll get some extension. I'm over here like waiting for this thing to load, and It's already loaded. Chart. How you guys doing? Y'all are quiet. Not much chatting tonight. Am I still alive? Y'all don't like all the downside talk? Let's go to the 12-hour, zoom out. All right, so our open interest is still pretty elevated here. So, yeah, the market's still pretty frothy, guys. Still pretty frothy. And you can see once we're higher than we were back here, back in December of last year. On our open interest, your open interest are your longs and shorts in the market, for those that don't know. So that is crazy. Oh, what happened? What did I do? What happened? I don't know what just happened, but okay. There we go. All right, so let's go back to the 12-hour, please. Thank you. All right, so you can see, so back here we had, see this flush in liquidity here? We haven't had that, and I think that's what we're going to be getting. An absolute capitulation. And it's needed, because we need to clear out the froth in the market. Question is, how low will it go? That's the question. That's the $1 million question. Is how low will it go? Let's go back over to Bitcoin. Nihilist UK. Oh, hey. Thank you for being here, Nihilist UK. You are amazing. I'm pretty sure. Especially being a nihilist. So yeah, at the very least, I think I really kind of like the 100K level. Maybe a little bit above, so 100 to 102, I would say. Fall below that, and we could get down to your 98, your 95.5 to 98, I would say, is what I would be looking for on downwards price. Pull fib. We actually have a golden pocket down here at 93.6. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a wick down like that into the bingo bango zone. Between the 0.5, if you know, you know. Between the 0.5 and the 618. Whoops, that is the 0.65. 0.5 and the 618. The bingo bango zone. You're keeping up with Melissa Hart. Watching you, football, making food, and watching my one trade. I'm pulling a Melissa. You guys are crazy. One of these days I'm gonna come on here with my baby in my arms. And I'm just gonna stream. I'm just gonna stream with them in my arms. In one arm. And you guys are just gonna be like, oh, the whole time. You won't even listen to me. You'll just be like, oh, look at the baby. You'll be like, oh, what did he say? Did he say it's going to 75K? No. But that is the level that we cannot close below, is that 75K level, that low right there. 70 on Bybit perps, it's 74.5. But psychological level 7,500 cannot come below this low. When you come below this low, I mean, obviously, I think the bear market's over. When I say come below, I mean like a daily close below. But that's the absolute high time frame market structure here. So we have this market structure. So the swing levels on your are always going to be your levels that have to hold. Okay. So That's a major swing level. So that's the level that has to hold in order for us to maintain. Now, this could also be the running flat scenario. Okay. I don't know how I didn't see that before. I actually like that more than this one. Ooh, could it come down to here? How low would that be? 85.9. Ooh, could you handle that? Could you handle that? Come down, up, down, come back up. Could you handle that? I think it'd be a little bit higher. Guys, I should have shorted this. You were here on the stream with me live. A lot of you were. When I was looking at this exact candle at this exact, because it happened while I was live. This high came in while I was live. I think, or maybe it was just a little bit after. Either way, I was thinking about taking the short, and I should have just taken it. I should have just taken it. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Doesn't matter. I'm just saying, I should have. I would like an ABC like that. That actually looks the best to me. It's really hard though, because it could also turn into a 1, 2, 3, 4. You get that sweep, and you think it's a swing failure pattern, and we're gonna flip back around, and then it just comes back down, and it's a 5-wave crashing structure. But if we do get something like that, I would absolutely say bottoms in, like as soon as we hit it. I was like, bottoms in. I think that's it. Either way, I think we're going lower, and at the very least, I think we're going to 1027. 1027. So that's the next level. I think that's where that we're headed to. In my opinion, not financial advice. Do what you want with that information. XRP is not looking too great. It's kind of looking a little weak. I mean, we're getting higher or lower lows and lower highs, guys. I mean, that's not good. In any book, in any trading textbook that you ever buy, don't buy them because they're garbage. But any textbook that you know, if it's not about market psychology, you're doing yourself a disservice, because this part, looking at the charts and finding patterns and stuff like that, that's the easy part. The hard part is your psychology. So I would just recommend books on psychology. And so yeah, check out those psychology books. This is going to absolutely capitulate, I think. Think it is going to come down to this demand zone at about $2.35. XRP is going to fall down. Not guaranteed, but I strongly believe that. Because things still look weak. Weak AF. There's no strength in this market. There's barely any volume outside of the liquidations. But yeah, it's just garbage. I mean, your money flow's coming out, your momentum's coming out on the daily. Everything's below their 0 lines or their 50 lines. It's just absolute weakness. And this is on the daily chart. So it's multiple days where it's going to be down unless we get to like a super quick flush. But I mean, coming over here to the others chart. This is looking super weak. Money flow coming down. Not good. Daily chart too. Total coming down. Daily chart still on the daily. Total 2 coming down. It's very sad. Coming down. Not good. Coming down. Not good. USDT. Oh, it's turning green. Look at that. Hello? I can't tell if my dog is whining or what that was. Someone said baby shark in the Discord. I thought that was pretty perfect. Yeah, baby shark. Do 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 do. Oh boy. Yeah, and this is actually a Wyckoff pattern is pretty much just a really fancy inverse head and shoulders. So, um, so it definitely looks like what we've got going on here with the USDT dominance. So yeah, I would just be patient. We want to see the lower time frames really show some reversal, some reversal structure, and we're not getting that at the moment. We're not seeing any kind of strength. It's all weakness, and you know, a lot of people are also getting disinterested. Like nothing's going on. It's garbage. Absolute garbage. BTC dominance continues to move to the upside. We're almost back at 60%. We're at 58.9% dominance. What did we hit 60%? No, we hit 59.22% today. Or yesterday. Today that is yesterday. Yeah. Go check on the pup. We'll wait. I think he just saw my daughter pull up from work after work or something. Yes, I said my daughter pulling up after work. Oh my God. Man, let me tell you something. If you have any kids, especially a daughter, okay? Do everything that you possibly can to let her become a Sonic car hop. Because she makes freaking money, dude. It's kind of crazy, to be quite honest. It's ridiculous. The Russell has fallen back within the channel. Wow. And fallen below this support level. So that's cool. Another failed attempt to really break out. 1 second. I'm sorry. I just keep hearing something. I'll be right back.
Yeah, oceans crashing, moonlight flashing, wave riders rise up, ride the waves, ride the waves. Wave riders, on Lunar Beaches, we don't care. Ride the wave, wave riders, wave riders. Storms may crash, but we stay brave. Ride the wave, Mod queen, mod boss, Alexandra GGG. Holding down the tide, keep the chaos off me. Melissa, one love, spreading light through the dark. In the middle of the storm, she the flame, she the spark. Jesus saved 77, bringing blessings in the fight. Standing tall with the crew every day, every night. Harp with the metal horns, energy insane. Bang your head to the beat, let it flow through your veins. Wave riders, ride the waves, ride the waves, ride the waves. On Luna.
All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's just my dog was just sitting outside my door just whining. It's like, what are you doing? Nothing's wrong. He probably just wants to go outside, but I literally let him outside before I came on here, so he'll be okay. He probably hears an animal, to be quite honest, and he just wants to go out there and try and eat it. The S&P, how do we look? So we're getting, look like we're getting a correction across the board. It's not just Bitcoin. I haven't even really looked too much at the charts, to be perfectly honest, today. I mean, I looked at Bitcoin for pretty much all day, but I didn't really look at anything else other than USDT dominance, because I did have that alert from the other night. So I did see that one. The Q's down, Dow down. Oh, look at gold. Not gold, but silver. Silver did hit 45. 45.22. Wow. And it is just on the cusp. That's its all-time high for silver. It's on the cusp. Maybe that's not the all-time high. Oh, that's just okay. Whatever. All-time high is $50. 49 something. Either way, it's pretty close. So silver is pretty close to breaking out into an all-time high here. It does have a cup and handle type of look to it, but this is very, 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 very macro, as the start date for this entire series here is in 1979. So it would be the most massive cup and handle ever of all time. Now the 4.236 is at about $194, but the thing is that I put a post out about this, and I think Bitcoin, considering the circumstances, the overall just markets in general, if you don't know, there's a little bit of a currency war going on between nations, pretty much between the U.S. and everybody else, and there's a lot of nations, especially like Eastern nations, have been stocking up on gold because they're trying to pretty much start. You got BRICS going on. They want to stock up on gold, and I think they're at least claiming they're wanting to do a gold-backed currency. I'm not sure on that, but they essentially just, at the very least, I know they want to compete with the dollar, and they see the weakness of the dollar at the moment. But the thing is, we have this whole plan, or Besant has concocted this whole plan of using stable coins. That's what the whole Genius Act was for, was so that they could use stable coins to buy U.S. debt. If you buy stable coins in a U.S. market, those stable coins have to be backed by U.S. debt. So you have to go and buy your bonds, your treasury bonds, T-bills. So they're doing that to pay down the debt, U.S. debt. But so I guess that's just kind of, so we're really kind of seeing. But the whole point of me bringing all that up is, I mean, if people are flocking to something outside of the dollar, well, they're going to go to gold. They're also going to silver. But I would also think that they would go to, or you would want them to go to Bitcoin. If they see Bitcoin, and that's, when I say they, I mean like the masses. If they see Bitcoin as an alternative to the dollar that they want to get in, and it's not just like speculation, they see it as a hard asset, then we could get that pile in Bitcoin. If that's not the case, then it's not going to be good for Bitcoin or crypto. So let's hope that the people do see it as that. The question is, what's going to cause? There's usually a narrative tied to it. So, and we do have geopolitical tensions, Russia and Europe really starting to, they're getting a little bit more heated than they have been, especially since Ukraine, over like a 72-hour period, bombed some energy facilities. They bombed some other stuff in Russia, like inside of Russia, deep in Russia. not bombed, but droned. They maybe they had bombs on the drones, but they took out like energy facilities and I want to say some kind of air support, maybe even like an air defense system. So the point is, the stuff's just kind of getting a little bit heated, a little more heated, and you have Trump coming out and actually saying Ukraine can win the war and that he will continue to provide weapons to NATO and that to do whatever they want to with. In the same post that he says Ukraine could win the war and maybe even take a little bit for themselves, is what he said. Like, what? That's kind of crazy to me. I think it's getting closer, but BTC still seen as a risk-on asset rather than safe haven. Yeah, and that, I mean, for the most part, yeah, or for the majority part, yeah, I would say so. But I can't even say for sure because I haven't looked at the inflows of the ETFs. But I know that a lot of the selling that's been going on lately has been from long-time holders, and particularly one of them that has been where the wallets are from like 2011, and they hadn't been opened until like now, and now they're finally opening them and just selling off for billions of dollars. So if we see any new billionaires show up, there you go. I think we found out who it was. So yeah, the question is going to be what do we? Hold on, which one? I bet. Why are you at the bottom? That's what I want to know. This is the iShares Bitcoin Trust, which is BlackRock. I mean, and it doesn't look too terrible. But the point is, where I was going with that is the demand for the ETFs has been pretty strong. I mean, obviously not as of late. But or so, I don't know. I mean, I think you're right, essentially, that the masses still don't see it. My own wife still doesn't ask me anything about Bitcoin ever, and I'm in this stuff every day. So, yeah. I don't know. But I did go to a random cafe, a few weeks back, and and I would say an older lady, older than me. Thing is, I'm getting older myself, so I got probably about 15 years older than me. Asked me about, because I was wearing a crypto shirt, and she asked me what I thought about XRP, and I was just like, it's terrible, don't buy it. Not really. I was like, I said a lot of banks will use it, because that's just true. It's the banker's coin. Actually, she first asked me what she should get into, and I was just like, I'm not a financial advisor, but the one thing that I think is, steady is Bitcoin. She kind of seemed a little bit disinterested when I said Bitcoin. And then I said XRP, and she was like, oh. Or no, she said XRP, what I thought about XRP, and I was like, oh. Okay. That's interesting. And then I left her with one more, and that was Link. I was like, Link has ties to Swift. So, have you ever heard of Swift? Yes? Yeah. It has ties. It has a partnership with Swift. Oh, okay. I'll have to look into that. Chainlink. Okay. It's like, yeah, just look into it. Not financial advice, but look into it. Oracle system. You don't know what that means, but boomer. Bonds continue to move to the upside as well, which isn't good. This kind of looks like that XRP chart. We have the downwards move. And then it takes out the lows. Back test. Oh. All right, what are we going to do, bonds? Are we going to dip? Are we going to go lower? We'll see. This seems to be a level that needs to be taken out. Needs to get back above if it wants to. Oh, well, I guess it is above it. Shoot. I didn't take in these lows. There we go. Do it until it fits, right? Anyways. My dad has invested all his life, but still says he will never buy crypto. The younger generations are much more interested, so it should change over time. Now, that is true. And that's kind of crazy. Actually, it's not crazy considering if he's invested his entire life, then he probably doesn't see any reason to take on those risks. Because there's really no reason for him to take on this risk if he's been investing his entire life. But definitely younger generations, I think, are more prone to take more risk just in general because we have more life in front of us. So I say us like I'm not approaching 40. LBC, they have to wait for weekdays to sell, right? What? Bonds or what? Or the ETFs? The ETFs, yes. Weekdays, for sure. And these bonds do look like they just want to pop, man. And that would not be good. That would not be good. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're okay. Hey, Ethereum's up 2% so far today. Could have been a nice fade long. Nice little scalp long. Ooh, man, these lows look so juicy. All right, I said lows. These highs look so juicy. We might save them for later, though. But I do like this structure. I just can't. I can't be bullish right now. I just don't feel it. I need some strength. Money flow is still in the red on the 1 hour even. 4 hour still thick. That thick. Still coming out on the 6 hour. Pushing down on the 8, 12. Pushing down. Yeah. Just be really careful. Those highs might look juicy, but that doesn't mean we have to come for them now. We can come for them later, but doesn't mean we have to come for it now. So, yeah. Bullish on pattern, W patterns on ETH. I would only be short term bullish on this. I wouldn't even be bullish on this. I don't like it. It's not showing. I've been saying it all week. It's not showing strength. It's showing weakness. I just don't like it. And of course, with it being crypto and being what it is and being the kind of market that we have been in, we could see something like this where it wants to just, for some reason, just skyrocket to the point of control. Who knows what would happen? Trump could tweet about something and it could just whoop, and then we'll just see it do something like this and then come crashing back down because we're not done mitigating some lows. Love ETH? What? Have you switched on me, Alexander G? What happened to FETH? Those are some juicy highs, though. Super juicy highs. I would just be cautious. Let's see something. Let's see some continued strength like we had here. Let's not just bog down and then come down like this, okay? If it does something like this, just watch out. Watch out. Bear flag. Okay? Even if it didn't do that, we could see bounce. So, be careful. Be very, very careful. I'm hunting lows. All right, gang. I got to get out of here. Do you think XRP could ever revisit the $1.61 level? Ever? I mean, maybe. Actually, I mean, so what could potentially happen? Because this could be another flat correction. It's kind of what it looks like to me. You either get the running flat, which could bring you as low as 180, or you could even get an expanded flat where we sweep the low and then come up. So I mean, technically, yeah, $1.50, $1.40 to $1.50. I think definitely possible. If we get a expanded flat in here where you get a deviation above the high and below this low, above this high and this low, deviations above or and below, but both of those. And it'll just depend on what's going on across the market at the time. So yeah, we'll just have to see. And here's the thing, a lot of this is shaping up like next year's the year. And I say a lot of this because I'm also talking about the whole Fed situation. And I think there's a possibility that things just kind of just go sideways and down until like May of next year. Why? Because that's when Powell's tenure is done at the Fed, and we'll get a new Fed chair. And that new Fed chair will likely be someone Donald Trump wants. And if there's someone Donald Trump wants, then that means they're going to want to do big rate cuts. And if you already have been coming down for the most part during that time period, yeah, I mean, you never know. Or we could see a beginning of the year rally and then sell in May go away because, as I've been saying for quite some time, once the cuts really start, that will likely be the beginning of the end of the market of this cycle. So I'm still sticking to that. I don't think a 25-point cut is really what I would consider a big cut. I think if you start getting into the 50s and consistently, like they're forecasting that they're going to start cutting by like 50 points, then yeah, I think that would be the beginning of the of the end of the market cycle, probably the end for Bitcoin's cycle, and then from one rate cut to the second or third one in a row would be the end for altcoins. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, like I always say, we take it day by day. And for now, I don't really like making predictions. So, but I do like to throw ideas out there and just see what happens. See if I was right or not. And if I wasn't, I try to adjust and learn from it and see what happens next time. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. I do appreciate each. You know what? I realized it's Thursday and I started the show off with the actual wrong song. So, how about this? Let's play the correct song on the way out. Sound good? I think you guys know what it is. Put it in the chat. Let me see it in the chat before I even leave. All right? All right, guys. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, if you haven't already, hitting that subscribe button to please subscribe to me. If you enjoyed this content, and if you want to be notified of future content, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to do all that stuff. Check, and check. Check, and check. Don't forget, tomorrow is Friday. So be sure to go out there and give somebody a compliment. Make their night, or their day, rather. Make their day. And, yeah, just say something nice to somebody. That's all that I ask. Just be kind. Be kind always. But tomorrow, just give a compliment. That's a specific kind of kindness, right? Give a compliment, and yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Be sure to touch some grass, step away from the charts, unless you just have some free time and you want to study, which is perfectly fine. Join the Discord and follow me on X at Lunar Beaches. All right, that's going to be it, guys. I do hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. Good night. Catch you next time. I'm up at 4 a.m. Much love. Nihilist UK, much love to you, my friend. Thank you for being here. And make sure you check out the song before you leave, all right? All right, guys. I do hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. And I'll catch you all next time. Mad love. Peace out. God bless. Never stressed. See y'all later. Good night. Bye.
Eyes on the chart like a beast in the zone. Praying to the wicks and the candles tone. Sipping that slippage, feeling that FOMO. Portfolio flex like it's holy promo. Sacrifice fiat, sun in the pump. Altars of alpha, wallets get plump. Lunar eclipse, my stop loss missed. And I'm baptized in that bullish bliss. Oh moon gods, bring us the gains. Light up the sky, burn off our chains. Bring us the gains. Eyes wide shut, I'm divine with the play. Spirit in sync with the market's phase. Confluence hit, I go full send. Lambo dreams that never end. Fibonacci carved in stone. Sacred trend lines, bullish tone. Chart prime whispers in my ear. Take the trade, release the fear. Burn the doubt, cleanse the wick. Let the din be real quick. Oh moon gods, bring us the gains. The bulls the wicks and the candles tone. Sipping that slippage, feeling that FOMO. Portfolio flex like it's only promo. Sacrifice fiat, summon the pump. Ultras of the alpha, whales get plump. Lunar eclipse, my stop loss missed. Now I'm baptized in that bullish bliss. Oh moon,